guys, welcome back to another video, and today we have the event for Monster Jam Team Racing Season 1, Event Number 2. So before we get things started, if you guys have not yet seen Event Number 1, I definitely suggest you guys do that first, so you guys can get caught up with everything that happened, and you guys can see the current point standings at the end of that event. But the winner of Event Number 1 was Monster Mutt Rottweiler from Team Zombie. There he is right there, as you can see. In round number 1, he's going to be taking on Wildflower from Team Diva, and coming into this event after just the very first event, the points leader right now for a team is Team Boneyard right now, with Mohawk Warrior, who is going to be taking on Cyclops, Son of a Digger, who will be taking on Hurricane Force Elementals, Pirate's Curse, who's going to be taking on Earthshaker Elementals, and Gravedigger, who's going to be taking on Max D Elementals. I did not mean to do 3 Elemental versus Boneyard trucks, but yeah, they are currently in the lead with 18 points, and then Team Dog Pound has 14, and I believe Team Zombie Invasion is in third with 12 points. So, if you guys want to know the current point standings, like I said, just go to the end of the first event, and you guys can see the current point standings fully coming into this event. So, here are all the races for round number 1, and for whatever reason, if you guys don't know what truck you're in yet, because as you guys know, you're in the same truck for every single event this season, then make sure to check out the Field of Trucks video, because that is really, really important. So without further ado, we are going to kick things off with the Inverse Northern Nightmare and the El Toro Loco Overcast. So event number 2 is underway. And the first winner is going to be El Toro Loco from Team Overcast. By the way, if you lose in round number 1, you do get 1 point for this event, and at the end of this video, we will go over the current point standings after event number 2. But anyways, next up we have Bounty Hunter from Team Indy taking on Bakugan Dragonoid from Team Ice. And it is going to be a very close race. I honestly don't know who got that, but it might be Bakugan Dragonoid. Let's go straight down. And as you guys can see, just barely, it's going to be the Ice Bakugan Dragonoid. Next up, we have Max D from Team Hunter taking on Queen Bee from Team Diva. And it is going to go to, that's another very close race. And honestly, the way that they're angled, it looks like it's going to be Queen Bee, but let's go straight down. And yes, it is going to be Queen Bee, because as you guys can see, the ramp is right here, so they go straight this way, and then Queen Bee's tire is definitely sticking out, so Queen Bee will take the win. So next up, we have Soldier Fortune Black Ops from Team Fire taking on Monster Mutt Dalmatian from Team Ice. And it is going to be Monster Mutt Dalmatian from Team Ice. Next up, we have Hurricane Force from Team Elementals taking on your event number 1 runner-up, Son of a Digger from Team Boneyard. And it is going to be Son of a Digger from Team Boneyard trying to get his revenge. Next up, we have Avenger from Team Indy taking on the Raw Crustacean from Team 7 Seas. And Avenger rolls over. That's going to give the win to the Raw Crustacean. Next up, we have Monster Mutt Rottweiler from Team Fire taking on Superman from Team Superhero. And it is going to be a very close race. I thought it might have gone to Superman, but the way the trucks are angled, you guys can definitely see the front tire of Rottweiler Fire is sticking out, so he will take the win. Next up, we have Monster Mutt Poodle from Team Dog Pound taking on Son of a Digger from Team Hunter. And it is going to be Monster Mutt Poodle from Team Dog Pound. Next up, we have Pirate's Curse from Team Boneyard taking on Earthshaker from Team Elementals. And Pirate's Curse is going to take the win. Team Boneyard comes into this event in first place, and they're looking good yet again. Next up, we have the Joker from Team Superhero taking on Alien Invasion from Team Gears. And it is going to be Alien Invasion with a comeback win. Next up, we have Blue Thunder from Team Overcast taking on Saigon Shaker from Team Indy. And it is going to be Saigon Shaker from Team Indy. Next up, we have Monster Mutt Dalmatian from Team Dog Pound taking on El Toro Loco from Team Galaxies. And it is going to be Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Next up, we have Raisin Cane from Team Indy taking on Blue Thunder from Team Zombie. And it is going to be a very close race, but as you guys can see from the side angle, it's going to go to Raisin Cane. Next up, we have Higher Education from Team Inverse taking on Yeti from Team Ice. And it is going to go to Yeti from Team Ice. Next up, we have Max D from Team Overcast taking on Big Kahuna from Team 7 Seas. And it's going to go to Big Kahuna. Next up, we have Whiplash from Team Diva taking on Zombie from Team Galaxies. And it's going to be a very, very good race. And as you can see, Whiplash will take the win. The question is, can Team Boneyard be stopped? We have Mohawk Warrior taking on Cyclops from Team Retro. And they will not be stopped. Mohawk Warrior moves on to round number 2. Next up, we have your Event 1 champion, Monster Mutt Rottweiler from Team Zombie, taking on Wildflower from Team Diva. And it is going to go to Wildflower from Team Diva. What an upset win from Wildflower. Next up, we have Mohawk Warrior from Team Gears, taking on Backwards Bob from Team Retro. And it is going to go to Backwards Bob. Next up, we have Bakugan Dragonoid from Team Galaxies, taking on Batman from Team Superhero. And it is going to go to the Bakugan Dragonoid from Team Galaxies. They kind of got stuck together there, and Dragonoid will take the win. Next up, we have Dragon from Team Overcast, taking on Monster Mutt from Team Dog Pound. And it is going to go to Monster Mutt. Next up, we have Wildfire from Team Fire, taking on Sparkle Smash from Team Diva. And it is going to go to Sparkle Smash. Next up, we have Kraken from Team 7 Seas, taking on Dragon from Team Zombie. And it is going to go to the Zombie Invasion Dragon. If Gravedigger from Team Boneyard wins this race, that means all 4 Boneyard trucks have moved on to round number 2. He is taking on Max D from Team Elementals in a classic Gravedigger versus Max D battle. And it is going to go to Gravedigger from Team Boneyard. Let me just show you guys the aerial view. As you can see, Gravedigger has done it, and all 4 trucks from Team Boneyard, the current points leader, is into round number 2. Next up, we have Tropical Thunder from Team Retro, taking on Soldier Fortune from Team Hunter. And it's going to go to Tropical Thunder. Next up, we have Monster Mutt Husky from Team Dog Pound, taking on Pirate's Curse from Team Fire. And it is going to go to Monster Mutt Husky from Team Dog Pound, so all 4 Team Dog Pound trucks have moved on to round 2. So after the first event, Team Boneyard and Team Dog Pound were first and second in the points, and they have all 4 trucks for both teams moving on to round number 2. So far this season, those 2 teams look like the teams to beat, as next up, we have Dragon from Team Ice taking on Gravedigger from Team Inverse. And it's going to go to Gravedigger from Team Inverse. Next up, we have Megalodon from Team Elementals taking on Monster Mutt Dalmatian from Team Galaxies. And it's going to go to Monster Mutt Dalmatian from Team Galaxies with a block. Next up, we have Earthshaker from Team Hunter taking on Max D from Team Gears. And it's going to go to Max D from Team Gears. Next up, we have Alien Invasion from Team Inverse taking on Octonator from Team 7 Seas. And it's going to go to Alien Invasion, just barely over Octonator. Next up, we have Maximum Destruction from Team Retro taking on Whiplash from Team Gears. And it's going to go to Whiplash with an amazing run defeating Maximum Destruction. Next up, we have the final race of round number 1, which is going to be between Wonder Woman from Team Superhero and Zombie from Team Zombie. And it's going to go to Zombie, just barely getting the win over Wonder Woman. So here's a look at all of the trucks that have lost in round number 1, which means they get just 1 point for this event and 1 point for their team. And now it is time for round number 2. So there are still 3 teams that have all trucks from their team still in, which is Team Boneyard, Team Dog Pound, and the one that's pretty unexpected is Team Diva. So all 3 of those teams have all 4 of their trucks still in it. And yeah, so here's all the trucks and all the races and everything. And if you lose in this round, you will get 2 points. So without further ado, we're going to kick things off with El Toro Loco from Team Overcast taking on Bakugan Dragonoid from Team Ice. So round number 2 is underway. And the first winner is going to be Bakugan Dragonoid from Team Ice. Next up, we have Queen Bee from Team Diva taking on Monster Mutt Dalmatian from Team Ice. And it's going to go to Queen Bee taking the win. Next up, we have Son of a Digger from Team Boneyard taking on Raw Crustacean from Team 7 Seas. And it is going to go to the Raw Crustacean with an upset win over Son of a Digger Boneyard. Next up, we have Monster Mutt Rottweiler from Team Fire taking on Monster Mutt Poodle from Team Dog Pound. And it is going to go to, I don't know actually, I think it's going to be Rottweiler Fire. As you guys can see, his right front tire is sticking out. Let's go straight down just to make sure. And yes, it is. Monster Mutt Rottweiler Fire will take the win. So in back-to-back races, both Team Boneyard and Team Dog Pound have both had a truck to lose. As next up, we have another Team Boneyard truck with Pirate's Curse taking on Alien Invasion from Team Gears. And it is going to be Alien Invasion, I think, because, I mean, the way the trucks are angled makes it a little confusing, so this is actually a really tough call to make. I honestly don't know, because obviously if you're just looking at these 2 tires, Alien Invasion's in front, but the way they're angled makes it really close to call, so You guys might not agree with this call, but just to be fair, I'm going to do a rerun. And I know that's going to be very, very controversial, but I feel like that's what was best to do there, so we have switched up the lanes, and here goes the rerun. And this time, it's going to be another close race, and it's kind of the opposite thing of what happened last time, because this time, when you just look at those two tires, Pirates Curse is ahead, but then the way they're angled, it's Alien Invasion, so I guess we gotta rerun them again. These two trucks will not go out without a fight. We have switched up the lanes again, and here goes the rerun. Third time's a charm. Oh my god, it almost happened again, but this time it's going to be Alien Invasion from Team Gears. Next up, we have Saigon Shaker from Team Indy taking on Monster Mutt Dalmatian from Team Dog Pound. And it is going to be Saigon Shaker with the upset win. Next up, we have Raisin Cane from Team Indy taking on Yeti from Team Ice. And it's going to go to Yeti with an amazing run defeating Raisin Cane. Next up, we have Big Kahuna from Team 7Cs taking on Whiplash from Team Diva. And it is going to go to Whiplash. Next up, we have Mohawk Warrior from Team Boneyard taking on Wildflower from Team Diva. And it is going to be Mohawk Warrior from Team Boneyard. Next up, we have Backwards Bob from Team Retro taking on Bakugan Dragonoid from Team Galaxies. And it is going to be a very close race, but I think it's Backwards Bob. Let's go straight down just to make sure. And yes, it is. Backwards Bob is going to move on. Next up, we have Monster Mutt from Team Dog Pound taking on Sparkle Smash from Team Diva. And it is going to be Sparkle Smash from Team Diva. Next up, we have Dragon from Team Zombie taking on Gravedigger from Team Boneyard. And it is going to be the Boneyard Gravedigger. Next up, we have Tropical Thunder from Team Retro taking on Monster Mutt Husky from Team Dog Pound. And it is going to be Tropical Thunder from Team Retro, so all 4 Team Dog Pound trucks have all lost in round number 2. Next up, we have Gravedigger from Team Inverse taking on Monster Mutt Dalmatian from Team Galaxies. And it is going to be a great race, and it looks like it is going to be the Inverse Gravedigger. Next up, we have Max D from Team Gears taking on Alien Invasion from Team Inverse. And it is going to be a very good race, and it's going to be Alien Invasion Inverse. Next up, we have the final race of round number 2, which is going to be between Whiplash from Team Gears and Zombie from Team Zombie. And it is going to go to Whiplash from Team Gears. So here's a look at all of the trucks that have lost in round number 2, which means they get 2 points for this event and 2 points for their entire team. And now it is time for round number 3. So here are all the trucks still remaining, and you guys can see who you'll be racing. And if you lose in this round, you'll get 3 points, and that's pretty much it. So without further ado, we're going to kick things off with Bakugan Dragonoid from Team Ice taking on Queen Bee from Team Diva. So who is going to be the first person to move on to the quarterfinals? It is going to be Bakugan Dragonoid Ice. Next up, we have Raw Crustacean from Team 7Cs taking on Monster Mutt Rottweiler from Team Fire. And it is going to go to the Raw Crustacean with an upset win. Next up, we have Alien Invasion from Team Gears taking on Saigon Shaker from Team Indy. And it is going to go to, I don't know honestly, but here is an aerial view. Let's go straight down. I have a feeling this might be a rerun, but maybe not. Let's see. Is that Alien Invasion? I don't know. Alien Invasion Gears has had like so many close races in this event, but yeah, from the side angle it looks like a tie as well. I think we're going to have to do a rerun. Alright, so we have switched up the lanes, and here goes the rerun. And it is going to be, I think it's Alien Invasion this time. Yes, it is. He is moving on to the quarterfinals. Next up, we have Yeti from Team Ice taking on Whiplash from Team Diva. And it is going to go to, I believe, Whiplash, but let's see. Ooh, that's actually closer than I thought. Let's go straight down on this one. I think it still might be Whiplash, though. Ooh, that is so close. I think it's Whiplash, but man, I don't know. Let's take a look from the side angle. Yeah, even from there, it looks like Whiplash, right front tire is like kind of sticking out, so we're going to give the win to Whiplash. Next up, we have Mohawk Warrior from Team Boneyard taking on Backwards Bob from Team Retro. And it is going to go to Backwards Bob from Team Retro. Next up, we have Sparkle Smash from Team Diva taking on Gravedigger from Team Boneyard. And it is going to go to Sparkle Smash with a block, so all 4 Team Boneyard trucks are eliminated. Next up, we have Tropical Thunder from Team Retro taking on Gravedigger from Team Inverse. And it is going to go to Gravedigger from Team Inverse. What a finish. Next up, we have the final race of round number 3 between Alien Invasion from Team Inverse and Whiplash from Team Gears. And it is going to go to Whiplash. Obviously went farther that way, but the way they're angled makes it a lot closer, but I think it is still Whiplash. Let's see. Going straight down. Yes, it is, just barely. Gears Whiplash will take the win. So these 8 trucks lost in round number 3, which means they will get 3 points for this event. And now it is time for the quarterfinals. So if you lose in this round, you get 4 points. And there are still 2 teams that have 2 trucks remaining for their team, which is Team Diva with Whiplash and Sparkle Smash, and Team Gears with Alien Invasion and Whiplash. Then we have Team Ice, Team 7 Seas, Team Retro, and Team Inverse. So without further ado, we're going to kick things off with Bakugan Dragonoid from Team Ice taking on Raw Crustacean from Team 7 Seas. So who is going to move on to the semifinals? It is going to be Raw Crustacean from Team 7 Seas. Next up, we have Alien Invasion from Team Gears taking on Whiplash from Team Diva. And it is going to go to Whiplash from Team Diva. What a race. Next up, we have Backwards Bob from Team Retro taking on Sparkle Smash from Team Diva. And it is going to go to, I believe, Backwards Bob. And yes, it is. Backwards Bob is moving on to the semifinals. So who will be the last person to move on to the semifinals? Is it going to be Gravedigger from Team Inverse or Whiplash from Team Gears? It is going to be Gravedigger from Team Inverse. So these 4 guys lost in the quarterfinals, which means they will get 4 points for this event. And now we are down to the semifinals. So here's the 4 trucks remaining. We do have 4 different teams represented, which is really, really cool. So let's go over the field of trucks. Inside of the Raw Crustacean from Team 7 Seas, we have Joseph Nelson. Inside of Whiplash from Team Diva, we have the Cameron 9785. Inside of Backwards Bob from Team Retro, we have Monster Jam Collector 16. And inside of Gravedigger from Team Inverse, we have the guy that basically gave me the idea to do this, a Mega Monster Jam 97A. So the funny thing about all 4 of these guys, or all 4 of the drivers I should say, is these 4 guys are very, very long-time veterans of being in the Monster Jam community, because as far as I can remember, I'm pretty sure all 4 of these guys have all been in the community for at least 7 years each, which is pretty insane, because I've been around for 8 years, and all 4 of these guys have been around basically the same amount of time as me, which is really, really interesting. So 4 veterans are going at it here in the semifinals, and by the way, if you lose in this round, you get 5 points for this event. So let's see, who is going to go to the championship race? Will be Joseph Nelson or the Cameron 9785. Let's see who it's going to be. It is going to be Joseph Nelson in the Raw Crustacean. Better luck next time, man, to the Cameron 9785 in Whiplash. You were so, so close, man. And like I said, better luck next time in event number 3. But Joseph Nelson in the Raw Crustacean is moving on to the championship race. So who is going to meet Joseph Nelson in Raw Crustacean in the championship race? Is it going to be Monster Jam Collector 16 and Backwards Bob, or Mega Monster Jam 97A and Inverse Gravedigger? It is going to be Mega Monster Jam 97A and the Inverse Gravedigger. Better luck next time, man, to Monster Jam Collector 16 and Backwards Bob. You were so close, man, but better luck in event number 3. And Mega Monster Jam 97A is moving on to the championship race. So both Backwards Bob from Team Retro and Whiplash from Team Diva have got 5 points for this event. And now we are down to the championship race. Inside of the Raw Crustacean from Team 7 Seas, we have Joseph Nelson. And inside of Gravedigger from Team Inverse, we have Mega Monster Jam 97A. So the winner gets 7 points and the loser will get 6. And let's see who is going to win event number 2. So without further ado, the winner is going to be none other than Mega Monster Jam 97A and the Inverse Gravedigger. Congratulations, man. This is a very, very, very well-deserved win because, like I said, he is basically the person that gave me the idea to do this. He is the original creator of Team Racing, and he has won event number 2, collecting 7 points for this event and 7 points for Team Inverse. So congratulations, man. Very, very well-deserved. And as for Joseph Nelson and the Raw Crustacean, you were so close, man. You get 6 points for this event, and better luck in event number 3 to you. But congratulations again to Mega Monster Jam 97A and the Inverse Gravedigger. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to calculate the current point standings, and I will show you guys right now. Alright guys, so here's a look at the updated point standings after this event, and as you can see, Team Boneyard is still in the lead. They have a 5-point lead over Team Diva, and coming into this event, they were only ahead by 4 points against Team Dog Pound, but now it is 5 points, and Team Diva has passed Team Dog Pound for second, but the biggest mover after this event is Team Inverse, who is now up to 4th, with Inverse Gravedigger taking the win for this event. So what I'm going to do, though, is just scroll through the list here, so you guys can see how many points each team has. So just look for whatever team you are on and you can see how many points they have. And once I get through this list right here, I will then show you guys the points for each individual truck. For those of you guys that are wondering, like, how many points you have, like, individually. But there is the rest of the points. Team Superhero right now is in dead last because through the first 2 events, Team Superhero has not had any of their 4 trucks get out of the first round yet, which is very unfortunate. But now, like I said, what I'm going to do is basically still show you guys the point standings. You can see they're still in order. So it has the team, and then it has how many points each individual truck has. So for those of you guys that are wondering, like, how many points you have, you guys can see it here. So I'm going to scroll through this list, and then that will basically be it for the video. So again, whatever truck you're in, just look for it on this list here, and you can see how many points you have towards your team. So I'm just going to scroll through here, give you guys a couple seconds to look. But yeah, I do apologize, though, by the way, that it was such a long wait for event number 2, but I promise the rest of the season is not going to take this long between each event. Event number 3 should be out sometime in the next handful of days, so make sure to stay tuned for that. It'll probably be next week, because I am going to Monster Jam this weekend in Cleveland, Ohio, so I'm going to be posting a bunch of videos from there. But yeah, here is the final page. And ending it off with Team Superhero. So yeah, guys, that is basically going to do it for this video. Again, congratulations to Mega Monster Jam 97A and the Inverse Gravedigger for Team Inverse on taking the win here for Season 1, Event number 2. And that's basically going to do it for this video. So, if you guys are new to my channel, make sure you guys do subscribe because we are currently on the road to 3,300 subscribers. And then, as always, leave a like on the video, turn on post notifications so you guys never miss an upload, and comment anything you guys want to down in the comments below, and I will see you guys next time.